Hey there everyone, welcome back to the Art Lab. If this is the first time here, my name's Andy and I make things out of resin, mixed media, 3D printing and digital art. Now highlights are not just for here, you can also highlight things on your resin molds. So today we're going to dive in and add mica powder to give highlights to your artwork. This is relatively simple, essentially turn the mold inside out, get your mica powder onto a brush and then get into all those nooks and crannies of the area that you want to highlight. So on this mold here that you can see on screen, this is a skull with a snake in it and we want to really highlight that snake. So it's about going through and coating every part of that snake with the mica powder so it really sticks to the mold. It really is just like colouring in, but make sure you stay within the lines. Now you can see that I'm probably a bit haphazard here. I've tried my best to stay within the lines, but you're always probably going to get a little bit that does come out of the lines. Now it's pretty simple. All you need to do is get some paper towel and put a bit of isopropyl alcohol on it, and you can wipe the area where the mica powder has gone onto on the mold that you don't want to be there, and that should come off pretty easily. And once you've finished that part of the process, it's as simple as turning that mold inside out and it's ready to add some resin. You hit the go on your resin mixing, you're going to make sure you've got your PPE or protection gear all ready. So that's your gloves, your coverings, your goggles, and of course most importantly your mask, which is going to protect you from any resin vapor. This particular resin pour I've decided to just stick with similar colours, so the skull is going to be blue and then the snake is going to also be a different shade of blue. Sometimes this can look really stunning when the contrast is not as big. Other times you can have quite a big contrast between what you're trying to highlight and the rest of the mold colour and it really stands out. It's just about playing around and seeing what works, and that's what we like to do in the art lab. We like to experiment, and so there's just another experimentation with colour. The things I've learnt experimenting with resin is how it reacts to colour. So obviously you've got a big variety of different colour mediums that you can mix with resin to give you your colour, from your pastes to your mica powders to your dyes. There's so many different things that you can use to colour. You can even use eyeshadow if you really wanted to. Now when I started out I was really light on putting the colour in, and that made things a lot more transparent. So I've tried to use colour a bit better lately and just put a lot more in there to make these vibrant colours. Now I didn't seem to have any air bubbles in this one, but this is a stage where you can get a lighter and try to remove any air bubbles. You can also use like a toothpick or even the stirring stick that you just saw on screen to sort of move some bubbles to the edge and get them out. Resin you use, it can take a little while to cure. The resin I use takes 48 hours, so this is 2 days later and I've come back to demold the skull and snake. So I'm really excited to show you what that looks like. Hang tight, we'll be there just a second. Because I'm a kind person, I'm going to hit that fast forward button so we can get there quicker. Here we have it, the skull and snake. As you can see, there's a contrast between the snake and the skull. That mica powder is really popping. What do you think? Leave some comments below on if you like this design or this method. I think it's awesome. That snake, because of the mica powder, has a shimmer which really makes it stand out as well. Great silicone mold to use, and it has some stunning results. I'm actually working on my own projects where I'm creating my own 3D objects, 3D printing them, and want to make my own silicone molds so that the artwork is fully mine. Anyway, hope you liked the video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can see more videos like this. Catch you next time in the Art Lab.